It's a fact that Oklahoma's county jails rank as some of the deadliest in the nation for inmates. Fatalities are too common, especially among prisoners who may be experiencing a mental health emergency, which can create a volatile situation for both the inmate and those assigned to guarding them. Whitney Bryen, with our content partner Oklahoma Watch, has written several online articles on this. And I spoke with her to learn more this week. And we must warn you, some of the video you're about to see is disturbing. Whitney, you wrote an article about a death that occurred in the Pottawatomie County Jail in January of 2019. Give us the specifics on that again.
So Ronald Given, he lived in Shawnee, and he was actually arrested back in 2019 for a mental health crisis. That eventually landed him in the Pottawatomie County Jail. And a few hours after he got there, he developed severe, what seems to be mental health symptoms. He stripped all of his clothes off and started banging on the doors of a cell that he was in. And that's when officers came in, and about 6-minute altercation ensued that included officers slamming Given to the ground on the concrete floor. At one point, an officer dug his knees into Given's chest. There was a point where he became unconscious and was dragged across that floor. And this incident resulted in his death, according to the medical examiner.
And again, we warn our viewers, some of this video is difficult to watch. How was this video obtained?
Well, I received about 7 hours of video footage, which is all of the time that Ronald Given was inside the Pottawatomie County Jail, after I made a request for an open record through the Oklahoma Open Records Act. Now, that request was not as easy as it sounds or should have been. In fact, The Frontier, another publication up in Tulsa, they sued the county and the jail because they were refusing to give that video to the public.
Have any charges been filed since then? Has anyone been held accountable?
So far, there have been no charges filed. No one has been prosecuted in this incident. However, there has been a change in the district attorney since this incident first occurred. And so I think the family and their attorney, they're telling me that their hopes are the release of this video, the reaction to this video, and the new district attorney may lead to some prosecution.
If there's going to be serious consideration of jail reform, where does it start?
In a lot of the work that I do, what I hear about is the intersection of mental health and the criminal justice system. So I wish I could give you all the answers to jail justice reform, right, and solve all these problems for Oklahoma. But what I do know is that I'm hearing from sheriffs, from police officers, from legislators, from mental health providers, that one of the biggest issues that needs to be addressed is stopping people who are mentally ill, who are having a mental health crisis, from ending up in jail or prison due to their mental health issues, rather than getting treatment for them. So that's certainly something that my sources are looking into and seeking as a way to help reform our jail and prison systems.
Whitney Bryen with Oklahoma Watch. Let me ask you, the Oklahoma County Jail has a new administrator, Major Brandy Gardner. She has vowed to reduce deaths in that facility. And so far, critics of the jail say she's doing a pretty good job. Is new leadership the answer, perhaps, in some of these jails and facilities?
Leadership is absolutely a huge factor in these types of situations. As to whether or not, this new leadership change is going to solve problems, I don't know. What I do know is that there are a lot of problems. And as I said a minute ago, a lot of moving pieces. Leadership is certainly one of them. Training is another one. Staffing levels, having enough staff at the leadership and below to run these facilities in the way that they need to be run, to run facilities outside the jail, like mental health facilities, having healthcare providers and their training. All of these things require, increases in funding, increases in staffing to help, solve these problems.
Whitney, I know you're going to publish another article, at least probably by Friday. Can you give us an idea what that one is going to be about?
Yeah, so my latest story is looking at the Cleveland County Jail and the healthcare within inside that jail. I'm sure you and a lot of our viewers know that there were two women, Norman Baker, Shannon Hanchett, and a noble grandmother, Catherine Milano, who died in that jail late last year. So there are a lot of questions coming out about the conditions of that jail, the health care and the mental health care provided in that jail. So I've been looking into that and hope to have a few answers for you and for our readers this week.
Whitney, thank you very much. And we'll probably have you back to talk about that article as well. Have a great day.
Thanks so much for having me, Rich.